Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, we're going to be talking about the next Grand Theft Auto Online DLC actually getting revealed and leaked a little bit early. Now, we're going to jump into some confirmed information so far, but the background gameplay that you guys are seeing is likely going to give this away. So let's talk about the Rockstar Newswire and what they've mentioned. So one of the things they said on the Smuggler's Run reveal Newswire was, coming this fall, transform races seamlessly take you across roads, skies, and seas. So they talked about how stunt racing was really cool and online, and then the special vehicle stunt races were even better for some adrenaline pumping challenges. But they go on to say now racing and online will once again be transformed with intricate circuits that demand mastery across air, sea, and land vehicles. New and strategically placed checkpoints will instantly change your vehicle class to match the portion of the course ahead, creating dynamic racing with ever-shifting challenges to take the checkered flag. And they posted one photo of what this looks like, where you could kind of see we were going from the sea on a Blazer Aqua to land, and we had a sports vehicle, the LG Retro Custom. So that is what Rockstar has confirmed. And we also figured out, once the Smuggler's Run update was revealed, that the transform races that you guys have seen were going to be a part of this update. They're actually not going to be a part of a separate DLC. Because as FunMW2 posted, he said, by the way, there's 3 files with this DLC: MP Smuggler, which is obviously all the Smuggler's Run content, MP Air Races, and then Patch Day 16 in G, which is something that comes with every update. And he says Transform Races is likely part of the drip feed, and that is actually confirmed, because as you guys can see in the background gameplay right now, Transform Races are in Grand Theft Auto Online right now. Now, they're not technically available, and at the time I'm making this video, Rockstar have already pushed out multiple background scripts in order to prevent races like this from being played by people. So I'll do my best to leave links in the description to races, but there's a good chance by the time you're watching this video that these races have already been removed. Now, I do want to give credit where credit is due. I watched a video last night from Broughy, who went through a pretty in-depth guide on the transform races. I'm not sure if he was the first to discover them, but that was the video that I watched. So I'll also leave that in the description as well. Now, like I said, there's a good chance that this has been patched by now, but basically there's no complicated glitches or anything you have to do. You just simply have to go into the creator, which, by the way, there's like an option already for transform races. So it seems like Rockstar kind of missed the ball on that as well. But basically, you just need to build a race with dual checkpoints. So, you know, with Cunning Stunts, they gave you the ability to have a checkpoint or 2, so you could have them on like both sides of the road. Well, if you do that, you'll get option to add transform checkpoints. And that also kind of confirms one of the in-game icons that we were talking about the other day. The only one that I didn't know, the one that was between the mystery flag and the hangar. Well, it turns out that both the mystery flag and the little star-shaped thing next to it are both for the new transform races. So anyways, the races are pretty fun, and to give you guys a breakdown on essentially how they work, they're just like normal races. However, you're going to get these red checkpoints. These red checkpoints will be indicated on the minimap by that symbol, and they're going to be red with a signal on the inside. Now, that symbol on the inside could be many things. For the races that I was doing, they were all vehicles. However, Foxy Snaps has actually found a bunch of different icons for what they could be transformed to. So you can see here, there's a bunch of different icons, including a question mark, which I'm guessing is like a mystery box. You don't know what you're going to be getting. A bike, a boat, a vehicle, a helicopter. There seems to be a parachuting one, a plane, another version of a bike. I'm going to guess that's like an actual BMX, a big truck, and then some sort of cyclone or some sort of like twister icon. I have no idea what that is supposed to mean or supposed to be, but those are the various transform checkpoints that you'll be seeing once this update is officially added into the game. Anyways, moving on and getting back to the way it works. So the way it works is once you cross that checkpoint, you'll be transformed into the vehicle that is set. And then once you're transformed into that vehicle, 2 things will happen. Number 1, you will switch vehicles. Number 2, you will also go into like 3 seconds of passive mode. I'm not sure why Rockstar has done this. Maybe to give you like a little bit of time to adjust to the new vehicle you're in. And also, number 3 is if you have the custom variant of that vehicle, you will be given the custom variant of that vehicle. However, if you don't, you'll be given the stock version. So you'll see a little bit later on in this race, one of the items or one of the cars we get is the Zentorno. I have a custom Zentorno. The person I'm racing does not. So I ended up getting my custom one. He ended up getting just a stock version. And also, another thing I noticed is that if you go through different vehicle checkpoints, you guys will end up getting different vehicles. So on one of the times, I think I ended up going on the one on the top. He ended up going to the one on the bottom. He got, I think it was a Banshee 900R. I ended up getting a Buccaneer, which is completely different classes. So you do want to be careful about that sometimes there will be mixed matches and stuff like that. Another thing with these races is it seems like no vehicles are off limits. So none of the races that I did had any of them, but I have seen a whole bunch of crazy vehicles like emergency vehicles, police cruisers, ambulances, fire trucks, tugboats, a whole bunch of crazy vehicles that up until this point have been completely restricted from races now seem to be not off limits, which is really awesome. So I'm glad that Rockstar is kind of opening things up here and allowing us to have a little bit more fun with the races themselves. So that right there, for the most part, is the transform races, and there really isn't a whole lot to it. The only thing I really don't love is the particle effect that seems to happen every time you transform cars. I know there's no like smooth way to go from a Zentorno to a fire truck, but it just looks so awkward when that like cloud of smoke appears on your screen, and that's actually is a little distracting. So that's the one thing I don't love. It's a little bit awkward when transforming the cars itself, but I still think this game mode can be a lot of fun. I think that this is a step in the right direction. I personally didn't love the Cunning Stunts special vehicle circuit. I thought the races with the Rocket Voltic, the Ruiner 2000, the Blazer Aqua were a little bit awkward. So I think that this has the potential to be better than that. But I still don't know if it's going to have the sticking power to be, something that's all that exciting. I think the real potential here is going to come in the form of custom races that are made by the community, because this way you could actually have like different multi-class races, which is pretty cool. So for example, a race creator could design a race that starts in the city and uses supercars, but then jumps to Blaine County and uses off-road or muscle cars. So I think that there's a lot of really good potential here. It's just going to be interesting to see how the community accepts it and how easy it is to create awesome races like this. Now, another interesting dynamic of this update is air races. So I'm not actually sure if transform races and air races are the same thing, or if they're going to be something different. So XXII has found a ton of different props for what looks to be an air races category. So maybe the air races is just the part of the transform race where you're using the airplane. I'm not exactly too sure. We'll find that out when everything is released. But on the screen right now, you're going to see a ton of different props, power-ups, rings that apparently the planes are supposed to go through. Some of them are shaped in kind of like a pentagon fashion. Some of them are like very, very thin horizontally, so only like very small planes could go through it. Other ones are like gates or checkpoints. So there's a lot of different aerial checkpoints and updates that have come along with this. Power-ups as well, like speed rings, bags, random transformations. So it'll once again be interesting to see if the air races are tied into the transform races or if it's something completely separate, because once again, this update was for the most part all about the airplanes. So it'll be interesting to see if they do their own sort of races or if Rockstar sort of revive the air races, because right now they're not all that great. Now, another interesting thing to think about here is, when is this going to be released? If I had to take a guess, I would say that we won't be seeing this update for a long time. My guess is going to be sometime in November, and that is a long way away. Now, the reason I say that is for a couple reasons. Number one, we still have 11 hidden vehicles in the files that are likely to be released week after week over the next couple weeks and months. Number two, it looks as if Rockstar have packaged the Halloween update with these transform races. If we go back to the newswire, Rockstar also talk about there's going to be new modes, vehicles, and holiday celebrations. So they specifically mention fun new stuff for Halloween and December. We'll talk about December a little bit later. So just by doing a little bit of elimination, we can kind of tell that the one Halloween-esque vehicle in this update is going to be the Vigilante Supercar. So if I had to take a guess, sometime around October 31st, we're going to get the Vigilante, and then sometime in November, I would imagine we'll be getting the Transform races, and that will take up the entirety of the month of November. And like I said, I would imagine either the air races will be packaged within that, or it will be released maybe a week or two later so that we can enjoy. Now, the reason I say that is there's a good chance that we're going to be getting a new update, a brand new DLC in December as well, based off of some information that has been found by FunMW2. So he was responding to a post that basically was summarizing what we have left in Smuggler's Run: air races, transform races, Halloween, and the 11 hidden vehicles. And his response was, "I'm not sure about Halloween. They could be planning a new adversary mode and releasing the Batmobile for it. I can see them releasing a new update in December, seeing as how there's an empty script called AMMP Christmas 17. AMMP is used for properties, bunkers, hangars, warehouses, etc. So it must be the Christmas tree added to our bunker." Now, if you're thinking to yourself, oh, Rockstar can just do that via tunables, there's no need for them to add a new update. Well, FunMW2 has confirmed that that's not the case. He says that that Christmas script is an empty script, and they would have to release a new update for that, which is not shocking at all, as because every year so far we've had Grand Theft Auto Online, Rockstar have done an update in December, and they have packaged some December Christmas holiday stuff with it. And they even said that that's going to be happening on the Newswire. So I would imagine that over the next, obviously, couple weeks, all the new vehicles are going to be releasing. There will be a handful of adversary modes sprinkled in there. We're going to get the Vigilante and some of the old Halloween stuff for Halloween. In November, we're going to be getting the new Transform races and air races. And then at sometime in December, we're going to be getting a new update that packages the December holiday stuff with it. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section down below on a couple things. Number one, what do you think about the Transform races and the air races? Do you think they're going to be exciting? Do you think they're going to be fun? Or do you think this is something Rockstar just packaged into this update to keep us occupied till the next DLC? Because at the end of the day, it's basically another Cunning Stunts DLC. We've had 3 Cunning Stunts updates, and it doesn't look as if we're getting any new cars to go along with the Transform races. So we're really just going to have to make do with what Rockstar give us until that new December update. And also, let me know what you think about the holiday celebrations, what we might be getting for Christmas, and so much more. However, if you guys did go and enjoy this video, though, I would love it if you guys would leave a like rating. That would be awesome. And of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. Without the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.